Hello, and welcome back to another collection update. In this video I'm going to be showing you all the Doctor Who stuff I picked up last month, and just a word of warning that it's mostly books. If you didn't know, one of my favourite things to collect is books, so I can often be found raiding charity shops for them, and last month was no exception. The first thing I managed to find was PDA. I found this copy of Spiral Scratch for 80p, which I was very chuffed with. Next I found 4 Decide Your Destinies. These were all 80p to £1. So in this selection I have The Haunted Wagon Train. Next up I have The Horror of Howling Hill, then Alien Arena, and The Dragon King. Next up I have Monsters and Villains, which is a really beautiful book. I don't really need this, as I do have the collection of all of them, and let's face it, do I really need half the stuff I buy? No, I don't. If you're interested, this was £1.20, which I thought was an alright price, as it looks unread. And next up I have a model making kit, which I'm never going to build. I believe this is one of the first ones, if not the first, in the model making series to come out, and I did own this when I was younger, but threw it away, so I welcomed it back. Inside, it is still completely sealed as well. And next we have another model making kit. This is the TARDIS one. I really need to stop buying these, but this was also sealed as well, so I couldn't say no. Next up is definitely the most interesting thing I found, and it's this Doctor Who, well, it's sort of like a joke book by DDWM contributors. I'll flick through it so you can see. And on the back it explains a bit more about what the book actually is. I'm glad I picked it up though, as it's a fun and quirky addition to the collection. I picked up one thing from CAX, which is this copy of The Infinite Quest, because it was 75p, and it's about time I got round to picking it up. Next I picked up The English Way of Death, and this is the History Collection edition. I love these covers so much, so I'm slowly acquiring them all, and this one is a nice non-battered copy as well. The next thing I have was actually a gift from my brother, which he found in a charity shop, so thank you very much to him. This is The Dangerous Book of Monsters, and there is the back. It's actually a really cool book, and it's written from the Doctor's perspective, so there's several lovely illustrations and notes that he's supposed to have made and compiled into a scrapbook. So yeah, thanks bro. And last but not least, we have the most useless thing I've ever purchased, and that's saying something. It's this. This is a children's swimming bag with the 11th Doctor's face on it. I have no possible use for this. It's too small to use because it's child-sized, but the reason I purchased it is because this is my favourite Doctor Who photo ever. You can just about see it on that postcard there in the background, and it's the photo they used on most of the Series 5 children's merchandise. There's a bag and an umbrella with it on. So watch this space, because you know I'm bound to get those at some point. And that was everything I added to my collection last month, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.